Hey guys, Gadamu here with our Gundam review, and today I'm reviewing the Robot Damashi anime version MSO7B Goof. So, Robot Damashi anime line is basically making it as true to the original animation as possible. I find this to be a really good thing on the more modern animation, and to be very cartoony on the more, original Mobile Suit Gundam. So while I love the goof, and then there are some aspects of this design I really like, some of it I'm not as fond of. There's some really awesome things about this figure, and some really concerning things about this figure. Let me say that there's just all kinds of articulation. We've got this chest articulation here. The head cables and body cables are a thick or a soft plastic, so that's good. The knee has all this built-in articulation, as you can see here. The foot, has that awesome articulation. There's holes for thrusters, which he doesn't come with. There's a plug here, and hopefully we'll be able to carry, Zaku, Bazooka, etc. Hopefully you can work with the Heat Hawk. I don't have any of the Zakus yet. It's just crazy articulation. There's no complaints when it comes to articulation. The head can come off. Okay, the top of the head can come off. Did that wrong. And you can change the mono eye's direction. I love that. First day I had this, I was trying to take this hand off so I could switch it around, and bent the antenna just a little bit, leaving a small white crease right here. Also, just before that, the antenna fell off. So it's kind of one of those antennas, kind of like the camphor antenna, you're probably going to want to super glue it on, honestly. Fortunately, they give you two, but it was kind of like, all I did was take the hand off, and I bent the antenna. It's not really bent, but it's got that, because it's that hard plastic, it's got its crease. And as you just saw, is the other thing that broke right away. My hand! I'm bleeding! I was trying to take off the right hand so I could swap out hands, and encountered another issue. The fingers right here just completely came off. Just pink! Took the hand off, and the whole thing here came off. I was kind of like, but I just wanted the hand. I didn't want to take the rest. Now, this does come off for a reason. It's so it can be swapped out with the alternative versions. Whereas the MSA line are cable plugged in. This one has cables built into this piece, which is an interesting way to do it. Means you don't have to worry about the cable falling out, I suppose. I'm just going to pretend that hand works. Isn't missing its fingers. Shove that in there. Looks pretty cool. Now the cable is a high point. It really is, because it's got some wire in it. So you can actually kind of shape this however you want. It would be great for stop motion animation. And I am just kind of in love with these cables. However, there's a concern, like the Camphor Mind Whip. How strong is that metal? Like, how much can I play with this before, it becomes dead in the middle? That's a little unnerving. It feels like the left or the right hand is, oh so tiny, and the machine gun hand is oh so huge. And I suppose it would be so. I am glad that, like, our alternative versions of the machine gun hand, where it's actually using the machine gun hand to hold something, or like for holding the shield, I suppose, it's still a machine gun hand, and they didn't just switch it to be a normal hand. So that was, definitely a good attention to detail, because the Robot Damashi, the extended MSA goof, they were just normal hands instead of machine gun hands. However, saying something good about the extended one, it had a machine gun hand for both hands as an option, and this one, of course, only has it for the right, which is true to the anime. I kind of wish it had one. And so you can see that classic hand. There we go. There's a machine gun weapon effect, and there's no like plug holes inside this hand, so I'm a little curious how the machine gun weapon effect fits, but that only comes with the Dodai 2 and falls into that stupid $120 category. It's a longer version of the whip. It's way longer and works just like this one. Another cool feature. I feel like this guy should come with more effects, but you know, you can rip his arm off and beat him with it. Just don't hit the antenna. But you've got these destroyed arm joints. However, I feel like they leave a little bit to be desired. It's probably true to the animation, but I feel like this doesn't exactly look like a destroyed version of this. And that makes me a little sad. You know, it's that, you know, I really like the shoulders on this guy. Something about the head feels very kind of cartoony. I don't know. There's some great articulations of this figure. I'm glad that they made battle scarred parts. I'm sure they're true to the animation, but they don't feel like they don't make a lot of sense visually to me. You know, I don't think it would look like that damage. I think it would look a little bit different. I think the extended Goof MSIA action figure did it a little bit better. We've got, you know, thrusters here, backpack. Backpack even looks like it moves some. Yeah, it looks like it comes off. Oh, wow. That's cool. Didn't catch that part before. But, you know, we can damage one arm and have him still having a cool pose. And that's kind of cool. You know, provided you glue his fingers back on. Maybe other people won't have that issue, you know. It's not hard to fix, though. You just dab a super glue and boom. You're good. I like the sword. It's clear plastic. I kind of wish it was a softer plastic, though. I'm worried about more, you know, wear marks. The shield is very cool also. The sword can be stored inside there. I'm not sure which way this comes out, but I'm not sure exactly why. If it comes out on purpose or just because. So there we have our sword. You can put the machine gun or the blast effect into the shield in these two holes, and that is phenomenal. Like I saw this shield, I didn't notice the holes until I was looking at the directions. Like, oh, cool! You can put the explosion effect in the shield. I think that's awesome. I really do. An alternate fitting for the shield. So you know, this is the handle version. This is the fit on the arm version. I don't think there's a lot left to say. There's several, you know, different hands. And of course, the right hand is absurdly tiny. Looks like his, like, underdeveloped hand. Yeah. And the right hand is, you know, huge as the machine gun hand. And that's probably true to the animation, once again. It probably is. I don't know. If you love the anime line, you're probably going to love this figure. I hope that, honestly, in my heart of hearts, I hope that they make another Goof Robot Damashi someday. Similarly, but in a slightly different style. Where the hands aren't tiny on the one side, where I wish they made soft antennas, honestly. That don't bend and get those bend marks, and that just angers me. You know, like, all I was trying to do was take off the hand, and glad there's two antennas. I'm glad they have the foresight for that. I don't know. I can't really give a rating. I feel like I'm biased in that the original anime line for 0079 much of the time is not my favorite, but you know, the 0080, 0083, love them. Just love them. But it's a good figure, for the most part. I just probably would like it if it was stylized different. But still, impressive articulation. And it's not one of those, you know, absurdly rare, hard ones to get. And that's noteworthy. Well, that's my review. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to like, favorite, and subscribe, as I post a different toy review just about every other day. And I'll see you guys next time.